AJ Pierzynski joining us on the CarX Tire and Auto Hotline. AJ, how are you?
I am doing great, y'all. I'm checking into a flight right now, so if you hear me, she asked me what seat I'm in. If I say like 2F, just know.
Now you're first class though, all the way, aren't you?
Of course, I'm not. Yeah, yeah. Coach, what's that? I don't
He's
even know
not
what
with
that
the
means.
White Sox any longer. Of course, he's first class.
Hey, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I said that. Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure people understand. I didn't say that.
All right. So before we get into the nuts and bolts of the Sox talk, explain what happened. Because when we talked to you after Getz got hired, you were still talking that you have conversations with Jerry and that you have a good relationship with Jerry. Why do you no longer work for or with the White Sox?
Well, I was an ambassador for the team and fan ambassador, and we just kind of mutually agreed to part ways. Timing, whatever you want to call it, but it wasn't. Let's just say that they weren't real happy with some of the things that I said about them on the podcast, which I understand. Listen, and we've talked about it. We're not mad at each other. We're not enemies at all. No, I still talk to Jerry. I still see him. And, we still talk and all that. They just didn't want me to, and I'm doing a show every day, and I'm going to give my honest opinion on things. And if they didn't enjoy it or they didn't like it, then there was nothing I could do. And I understand. We mutually decided to be like, hey, it's cool. I get it. And I still love the White Sox. I still love the organization. I still love the fans. And so I still love Jerry, Reiford, Bechtel, all of them. So, there's no hard feelings at all. It was kind of a mutual thing.
Because you have such a strong feeling about this organization, AJ. Do you have feelings of frustration as well for how things are being handled now?
I don't know about frustration. I just want it to be better, right? I'm a fan. First and foremost, I'm a fan I obviously played for the White Sox, but I'm also a fan of the organization, and I want them to do well. I think the biggest thing is people think, on social media, people are like, oh, he doesn't want them to do well. That's not true at all. And I want them to be good. I want the White Sox. It's a matter of pride. My kids are White Sox fans. My whole family's White Sox fans, and they want to be good. It sucks when you look up and they're 2-14 and you're scoring one run a game, and you're like, man, this is awful. So, listen, I think that maybe I'm a little more passionate than some, but I also have a bigger platform than most people do. And listen, these are things I hear from fans when I'm walking around ballparks and doing things, and they're like, that's this, or what about this? And also as a media member, you guys know sometimes you got to ask questions. And listen, at the end of the day, I want the White Sox to be good. I want these prospects to pan out. I want Colson Montgomery to be great, Noah Schultz to be great. I want these guys to be good because it's a sense of pride, not only for a former White Sox player, but for somebody that cares deeply about the organization.
AJ, what's the biggest issue ailing this franchise right now from your perspective?
We can't even talk about this year. Can we? It's kind of like, all right, this year has been such crazy. I don't want to call it a fluky year, but it just hasn't been good. Nothing's gone right. Whether it's injuries, guys not coming back, everything, right? Signings that haven't worked out, whatever it is. It's just been a kind of a mismatch of a bunch of stuff that hasn't worked. And right now, I think they need to develop better like other teams do. I think they need to sign people that are going to help them. They need to spend money, which there's two organizations in baseball that have signed $100 million contracts, the A's and the White Sox. Those are facts, right? They have players coming, but we've heard about it for years that this guy's coming, this guy's coming, this guy's coming, and so far a lot of those guys haven't become what we thought they'd become. And I know only a couple years ago they were in the playoffs, but they weren't beating the Astros in 21. In 2020 they probably had a chance to beat the A's, but it just didn't work out. So it's just been but for me the biggest thing they need to do is they need to find players. They need to come up with what they're looking for in players, and I give the new scouting report Shirley credit that he's drafted some good players and they've found new players. But I'm looking for guys. And I say this, and I said this if you watch what I said yesterday, and I said the same thing 6 months ago. Where's the where's the 20th round draft pick? Where's the 15th round draft pick that nobody really wanted? You know, not that they didn't want him, but they found, and they're like, you know, we can make something out of this guy. And he comes up to the big leagues and contributes. So this is a guy. Anyone can say, oh, we hit on our first round pick, because that's easy. I mean, every team should try to hit on their first round pick, but it's the guys that you develop that nobody else was counting on developing to a contributor. That to me really spells development at a minor league level.
We're talking to AJ Pierzynski, World Series hero for the White Sox. It's Waddle and Sylvie on ESPN 1000. What's frustrated us, AJ, and we talked to you about this a little bit last year, was when they did hire Getz, whether you believed Getz should get the job or should not get the job, they didn't do the homework and they didn't do the legwork on interviewing anybody else. They didn't go outside the organization and interview and find out about the team. They didn't see who else was out there. They just simply appointed him when, like you said, they weren't finding these guys under him when he was the minor league guy to begin with. Did that frustrate you that with all of baseball, 29 other teams, they didn't go to the Rays, they didn't go to the Astros, all these other teams to find out if there was a better guy to turn around this organization?
I mean, I don't know about frustrated, because, I mean, it doesn't affect – I mean, listen, it's baseball. It's a game. I love baseball, and I love the White Sox, but it doesn't really affect your life, does it? I mean, it shouldn't. I mean, it's fun to talk about, and it's fun to watch, it's fun to play and all that, but, I mean, you know, as far as affecting me and getting frustrated, no. It was more of you have an opportunity as an organization, any organization. They fire their GM. You get to talk to 29 other teams, front office people, or whoever. You can talk to whoever you want as long as the team gives you permission. And you can say, hey, you want to talk to the Rays guy? Cool. We can learn what the Rays are trying to do. Oh, we can talk to the Dodgers. Oh, we can talk to the Astros. Oh, we can talk to the Cardinals. Oh, we can talk to whoever, Yankees guys. And they're doing this, and I'd like to implement this. Well, then maybe if you go back to Getz, you can say, well, heck, we talked to the Yankees guy. They said they're doing this or they're doing that. Maybe we should think about doing that. It's just a free opportunity to talk to him. But, hey, maybe, you know what? Listen, Chris Getz might be the right guy. He might turn this around, and I hope he does. I really hope he does. But, you know, it seemed like a lost opportunity from a baseball standpoint. Now, I understand why Jerry says he did it. Jerry said he did it. Why? Because it was an easy transition. It would help the team in the short term. Well, in the short term, they're off to the worst start in franchise history. They're off to one of the worst starts in the history of baseball, not just with the White Sox. So, I mean, that was the thing that was confusing to me. And then the other thing that was confusing to me is they're like, oh, we're not going to rebuild. Well, if you're not rebuilding and you actually were trying this year, then I don't want to know what rebuilding looks like, right?
Yeah.
Well,
because that's kind of the thing. Like, just come out and say, hey, you know what, we hired a new GM. We're going in a different direction. It's going to take us a couple of years. I think fans would have been like, okay, we get it. We understand. Instead, they're like, oh, no, we're going to just plow through with who we have, and it hasn't worked.
I know you have a good relationship with Jerry, AJ, but do you believe, like, winning is his top priority?
I mean, when you talk to him, he says he wants to win. I don't know what else. I mean, listen, I had many a meal with Jerry, had many a conversation with Jerry, and, you know, Jerry says he wants to hear the truth, and when he asks me, I give him truthful answers. This isn't anything I haven't said to Jerry in the past. So I believe he wants to win. I know he said he wants to win another World Series before, you know, he moves on. So, I mean, I believe that.
What do his actions? What do his actions tell you, though, AJ?
His actions tell me that, you know, they're kind of stuck in the middle right now. You know, they did the rebuild. It worked for a year or two. You know, he went and got La Russa. The first year he was great. Second year he fell apart. And then last year it just got worse. And now this year they tried to fix some things and change some things, and they haven't worked so far. But again, you know, this is a league you have to spend money in. It's not you know, you can draft and develop, and you can even, you know, people are going to say the Rays. I get it. But the Rays are a special circumstance. They find players that nobody else finds things in. And again, that goes back to why not interview people from there? Why not find somebody from there? Hey, what do you guys look for in this? Oh, okay, maybe we can steal that little nugget of information. So, yes. I mean, his actions tell me he wants to win, but do you really want to win? And do you really want to, you know, there's a lot that goes into winning a Major League Baseball pennant. It's not just spending. It's not just developing. You got to have everything on the same page. You have to have everything working in lockstep.
AJ, when you played, and we're talking to AJ Pierzynski, when you came to the White Sox, you played the most grueling position in baseball, and here were your games played: 128, 140, 136, 134, 138, 128, 129, 135. You played all the time. It seemed like you were never hurt. You were probably hurting, but you were never hurt. And you didn't miss a lot of games. Why do they have guys who are always missing games?
I can't speak. I know people ask me. I don't know. I can't answer that. I really can't. You can never judge someone's pain tolerance. You can never judge someone's body. Can't. It's easy to say, oh, they're injury prone, but sometimes it's bad luck. You get hit by a pitch in the wrong spot, and if it was a millimeter over, it doesn't break your hand. I don't know. I mean, I can't explain it. I know they've changed trainers, they've changed athletic, weight guys. They've changed all that, trying to make it better. It just hasn't worked. And listen, I was very lucky. I was very fortunate. I was blessed to honestly be that lucky not to get hurt. But I also worked at it every day. Worked out almost every day. Was in there with Alan Thomas, and I tried to stay out of the training room if at all possible, except to go in and give Herm a big hug every day. Other than that, it was like, hey, Herm, and I turn around and walk out because I didn't want to be in there. I wasn't big into massages and all that stuff. I just was like, all right, I'm going to play and see what happens. But you can't ever speak on anybody's injuries because you just don't know. I don't know what these guys are going through. I don't know how bad they're hurt. I don't know. Everyone has a different pain tolerance.
AJ, speaking of injuries, and bigger picture question for you, the issue with arms and the injuries with arms in Major League Baseball. What do you make of it, and what do you think maybe some of the causes are?
Well, if you watch our show, Foul Territory, we had Keith Meister on last week. He's like the leading guy now to do all the Tommy Johns and the bracing that you heard about for Spencer Strider and some of these other guys. And everyone has a different reason. And we had Alex Wood on today, and he was talking about why he thinks. And he's kind of been out front as a player, talking about some stuff on social media. It's of different reasons. I mean, it starts probably at the youth level, works his way up. Kids don't take time off. Kids are throwing every pitch, max effort, max velocity, and then you just continue to go up the ladder and get to Major League Baseball. And every pitch is as hard as I can throw it, as spinny as I can throw it. And and then again, no one takes time off. You guys throw all summer, all season. They get to October, they're done. They go right to drive line and try to figure out how they can make their slider a sweeper, or how to make their fastball more spinny, or whatever it is. And it's a lot. And eventually arms are going to break, and it just sucks. It's been a lot of big names guys going down, and the problem with Tommy John and those ligaments is you're out for a year. So it just sucks for the game. I wish there was one answer you could say, all right, if we work on this, it would help. But it's more than one thing. It's just a combo effort, and hopefully it'll get better.
Yeah. Do you like what you're doing, or would you still like to manage?
I mean, I would. I love what I'm doing, first of all. Between Foul Territory and getting to do Fox, I love my job. I have the greatest job in the world. I get paid to talk baseball. What else would I want to do? I mean, I guess I could be on, ESPN radio with you guys and get paid to talk all sports. But I want you guys to have jobs also.
Oh, well, thank you. That's very kind of you. Yes, thank you.
But no, I love what I do. Listen, would I like to maybe coach or manage on the road? And that's one of the big questions. Why don't you coach or manage? Well, I have a senior and junior in high school. One of my daughters getting ready to graduate high school and go to play college volleyball. My son's a junior playing baseball. He's going to go play in college somewhere, more than likely. I just enjoy what I have going on. I get to work from home, except for when I travel to do games. And even I get to even call some games from my house. So it's a tough gig to beat right now with what I have going on and where I'm at in life. And would I like to manage or coach one day down the road? Sure, if it's the right opportunity, I'd love it because I think it'd be fun as hell. But other than that, it's going to be tough to pry me out of my house.
What do you like as a youth sports parent?
What am I like?
Yeah, like are you very
I'm involved.
What was that?
I'm involved. I'll say that. I'm involved.
Are you involved from the stands? Like, are you yelly? Are you sit back and try to breathe? What do you like as far as that goes?
Well, I was coaching my son's high school team. I backed off this year because I just didn't have the time commitment. Like, I'm missing a game today, and I'm missing a game this weekend for other engagements. I have a golf tournament down in Dallas. Celebrity invited to play John Lester and a bunch of guys, so I'm missing that. But my daughter's volleyball. I sit back and watch, and And, you know, I yell if I need to say something. Most of the time I just watch and just get nerve-wracking. And then my son, when he plays baseball, you know, one of the good things I did is once I stepped away this year from helping him in high school, and, is our relationship got better because now when he comes home, we have conversations instead of doing it during the season, right, or during the game. And so after the game, he comes to me and he's like, "What'd you see?" And we have a long conversation about it and go from there. So I'd like to think I'm relaxed, but inside I'm churning. Trust me, it's hard to watch because it's something you can't control. And you're like, God, I would have done this differently, but you know, it's not my career, it's not my life.
It's good stuff. So, do you have the Cubs winning 90 or 95 this year?
Hey, they're pretty good, man. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, for all the heat that Hoyer took and what they took for not making the move, you know, they got Bellinger, and Imanaga's been unbelievable, right?
Yeah.
No runs given up yet. I mean, he's been great. Michael Busch looks like a stud. The way he swung the bat, 5 games with home run in a row. You know, they're playing well right now. You know what's amazing is the NL Central's pretty good. The Reds, you know, the Pirates are better than expected, right? The Brewers are really good. They can really swing the bat. I don't think anybody saw them having the offense they have. So it's going to be tough, but I mean, I'll put them around 88. How's that?
88, okay.
That should
All
be
right,
enough to win the Central, despite everybody else playing good baseball right now, right? Over the course of the year.
And it's higher than what I predicted at the beginning of the year. Yeah.
Well, the way they got off to a good start, though, so it gives you more hope, right? It gives you more hope that they're going to be better. But, I mean, the Reds, I still think the Reds figure out a way to win that division.
We've gotten word, too, AJ, as we let you go, from Danny Zetterman, our director of content, that he would like to offer you an ambassador job for ESPN 1000 since you're no longer with the White Sox. You could be our ambassador.
I appreciate it, guys. Listen, I just want to make one thing clear. There's no hard feelings between me and the White Sox at all. I hope everybody understands that. This is not a personal thing. This is not a personal shot at anybody in the White Sox. This is just how I feel as a fan. It's my opinion. I could be way wrong, right? And again, I hope people are like, oh, why would you call out Montgomery? Why would you call out Schultz? I hope they become unbelievable players. And it wasn't a shot at them. It was more of, you know, I need to see more out of them. I need to see them turn into productive major league players, which I hope they do. And I hope all these guys do. So I just want people to understand that more than anything. This was not anything personal. This is not a shot, and I still have good terms with the White Sox.
It's good to hear, too. Yes. That's very good to hear.
Truth can be painful sometimes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And you do a great job on foul territory. AJ, keep up the great work. Have a safe trip, okay?
Thanks for your time, AJ.
Thanks, guys. And, I'm doing the White Sox game on Monday, so you guys can tune in and we'll find out.
Nice.
Very good. That's good timing. Thanks a lot, AJ.
Thanks, AJ.